Hello and welcome to the Sports Centre YouTube channel. Me and Carl are here today and we are discussing all this fallout from Enzo Fernandez now. He's been all over the news over the weekend. It kind of died down and then it's all reared its ugly head again today, Carl, isn't it?
It has. What an absolute imbecile.
What, obviously, everyone will know all the situation that came out about these songs on the bus and and whatnot, but do you think he's made a mistake by doing this public appearance at his boyhood club? So he's gone back to Argentina, hasn't he? And
Yeah,
he's been paraded. I don't know if it was half time, full time before the game.
yeah. I don't see an issue with that, to be honest. I, I think if I were him, I'd be laying low profile. I'd be trying to make amends to the fuck up that I made
Well,
with
that's what I was kind
with
of
it.
alluding to. Do you think he's made a bit of a cock up by actually like going out in public when, like you said, really should be head down, lay low. He's done he's brought his apology out. And do you think he should have just left it at that and just, like you said, just kept a low profile for a bit?
Well, looking at what he did at that in that stadium or what he didn't do in that stadium, then I'd agree with you. But I also think by going to that stadium, to his boyhood club,
Yeah,
being paraded, and then start singing them songs, if he'd have gone like that, no, 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 stop it, stop it, stop it, I think a lot of people would have respected him, or, you know, he'd have brought a lot of respect back
yeah.
by doing that. But because he stood in the middle of that pitch laughing and giggling like a little kid, for me, that's worse than the original.
Do you
Because
think?
he's condoning that capacity of that crowd's song when he could have quite easily just stopped
I'm
50, 60, 70,000 people.
listen. I'm by no means condoning anything. I suppose I'm just playing devil's advocate here and using you as my guinea pig, so to speak. But
Mm.
do you think in that moment? I imagine he probably didn't expect all the crowd to start singing this song. Do you think he's kind of just
That's
he's just froze and he didn't have a clue what to do?
There's a good chance of that he might have just been a bit embarrassed and be like, "Oh God," And sometimes you get the nervous laughter, don't you? Which is what it looks like he's doing, the giggling.
Yeah,
But come on, it were only a few days ago when all this kicked up, so it's fresh in his mind, and he knows that that shit's wrong.
mm,
He's even come out with it, whether he believes it or not, or whether it's his PR team or whatever have come out with this apology. Whether it's how he believes or it isn't, he knew it was fresh in his mind, so he had every opportunity to say say to that crowd, "Stop it!
I think
No,
yeah.
no,
Even if
no!
he'd have kind of just put like just a bit of a finger wag or
Finger
something
whack,
like
yeah,
that,
and
just something to. And do you know what as well? That would have probably put him in such. I'm not going to say good stead because obviously a lot of his teammates, aren't there? A lot of his black
10 of
teammates
them.
have unfollowed him.
There's 10 of them that's unfollowed him.
Yeah. And I think that would have gone a long way to potentially building those relationships and building those bridges
A-
back.
Absolutely, absolutely, and he's burnt that bridge, and no pun intended. I can't see him going back to Stamford Bridge.
Well,
I just I can't see it. I think for me, I can't see him selling him because they won't get a great deal of money. For me, he's the next Lukaku. He'll be loaned out for the foreseeable few years. Um, Wasted career now, especially in England anyway.
yeah, well, you literally kind of just beat me to my question. Really. That's what I'm going to pitch to. Like, what did Chelsea do with him now? Do you think there's absolutely no way whatsoever that he can go back to Chelsea?
Not in my eyes, I don't see it. I mean, I feel sorry for Maresca. He's obviously got
I
this.
know.
He's got this conundrum to sort out. And do I upset one player, or do I upset the other the other players that he's upset? And I don't even know how many there is, but it's more than one. But it's the fact that he were is an expensive asset in it to have. So for me, I think I just can't see him playing in Premier League again, especially not at Chelsea. But one thing I'm a little bit shocked about is, yes, I know Chelsea came out with a little bit of statement, didn't they, when he did his first offence,
Yeah.
but they've not been out since, and neither, as far as I'm aware, up to now, um, Monday night, he's not come out with a response to the second offence.
Does it almost, again, not that I'm condoning this, does it almost kind of just make a bit of a mockery of it if he sort of apologizes again, because it's like, well, you've apologized once, mate, and you've kind of obviously you sounds so wrong. The terminology is probably going to be so sloppy on this video, but like you've not committed the crime again, so to speak, but you've kind of condoned however many thousands of people in and around the stadium to do it. You know, we're not like you say, at least a kind of a bit of a head shake or a finger wag might have just done that slight little action might have gone so far to kind of helping you.
I
But
do. I agree. I completely agree. But I just think he's got to come out with a statement of some sort. I think it's got to be not just a written one. It's got to be a videoed clip of him
yeah,
saying, "Look, you know, again, whether it's true or not, he's got to come out, I think, and say, look, it was I was nervous. It caught me off guard. Didn't expect it, and
I
yes, I
kind of
was
just
giggling
froze.
and didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
In hindsight, blah 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 blah. I shouldn't have done this, blah blah blah, and just completely refute the fact that this is wrong behaviour.
In fact, as going back to Chelsea, then, so you think there's no way back? And I imagine he's one of these players that'll be on a stupidly long contract, which what Chelsea were handing out a couple of seasons ago, weren't they? But
Yeah,
you look at his numbers. I mean, he's played 61 matches for Chelsea, and he's only scored 7 goals. I ain't got his assist stats with him, but he isn't for a player. I don't really like to use like I don't really like to value players by the price tag that was purchased with, because I think a player is worth whatever a club's willing to pay for him. But
yeah.
I don't think he's that good of a player, in my opinion.
Well, they definitely overpaid, didn't they? Because Benfica he came from
Yeah.
somewhere in Portugal on it, and they didn't want to sell. They didn't want to sell. They didn't want to sell, and they were saying Chelsea were like, "We're having him."
Well, not
So
his
if it means
buyout
we've got to pay
clause.
100 million, I think, on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were like, "Well, we're having him no matter what." Just to be, it was other like they was being stubborn, and showing off. I think were he like the first marquee signing of this new Todd Bowley era? I think
Potentially,
it
and
was.
it was straight off the back of the World Cup as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Um, but he's not produced anything really. What I don't know what midfielder he is. Is he attacking? Is he box to box? Is he holding? What is it?
Mm.
For me, he's not shown anything to think, well, wow, he's worth X. But he won't get in Chelsea team towards the end of last season anyway, and that's when Chelsea went on this massive run of, from mid-table
They got like 10
just
games
above,
unbeaten or something like that.
and then and got into Europe. So that were all without him out of with him out of the team.
Yeah. Have you just before we wrap it up, have you people listening to, I think we were on TalkSport, people mention about obviously when it's anything to do with racism, people always kind of pull out this people need to be educated card now. And I think,
Yeah,
come on man, we're 2024. We're not kind of everyone that's kind of living now
knows how to
knows that
behave, and
fucking you get brought up and well, majority of us do. You get taught like this is right, this is wrong,
yeah,
and I don't think it's something that needs to be educated me. I'm just like, is that just a bit of a cop out? It's like, oh yeah, we need to educate them on this. I'm like, come on now, seriously?
I think these people that think that way and believe that way will always be like that.
Yeah,
And it's sad and it's wrong. But I don't think there's the educating them people. I think it's past that. I think as sad as it sounds, I think they just need to die out. And I think it'd be a generation thing. But when that generation passes, that's when I think there'll be a massive change. And that's probably not the right thing to do, the right thing to say. But I can't see any other way because, like you said, everything it's shouted at and screamed at, not just in sport but in just society in general,
yeah,
that
yeah.
this
That's it.
shit's not acceptable.
Yeah,
But yeah, it still happens.
and
Uh,
I don't know, in some like South American countries, they see it as. I was just reading actually a couple of articles before we came on here, and they see it as though we're not being racist. It's almost like you do anything you can to beat your opponent. It's kind of a win or lose mentality.
anything to get under their skin.
That's
It's
it. Yeah,
everyone's fair game, but apparently it's only an Argentinian thing, really.
yeah.
Because I think Argentinians, there's not a lot of ethnicity going on. It's predominantly white Argentinians, where a lot of the other South Americans, there's a
Mm,
mixed ethnicity there.
yeah.
But I think from what I've understood, it's just Argentinians that are still in dark age.
No, it's sad, mate. It's sad, but yeah, I think I share your views in terms of I think if they keep him, they're going to end up with a real tough situation on their hands, worse than what they have got now, Chelsea. And I think the best thing they can do is try and move him on, even if they get him out on loan for a season, just to kind of quieten the storm, so to speak.
Well, I think obviously a different topic, but I think it's a similar situation with the Mason Greenwood thing. You know,
Yeah,
very similar in the fact that I don't think other teams will want him because of what. But unless he goes to Italy, because we all know that Italians are. I know that's quite generalising and probably the wrong thing, but we know that there's a lot of racism in Italian football, so
yeah.
there he'd probably be accepted a little bit. But I think anywhere else, nobody's going to want him because of what he's done.
No, definitely not. But it'd be interesting how Chelsea deal with it. So we shall watch this space. Right, mate. Good chat as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Let us know down in the comments what you think Chelsea should do. Should they keep him? Should they go down this educational bullshit route, which I think, or should they get gone? Let us know in the comments. Give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Catch you later.